Hi there, that's right, it's Nick Dutch. Back on the camera yet again. We've got a reading today for a YouTube user whose channel name is Clear Diamond 3. Hello Clear Diamond, how's it going? And today we're just going to have a quick look at your relationship situation, okay? And I'll use my traditional relationship reading method. Now your question was, does this other individual have a relationship with this other person whose name you mentioned, or whose initials you mentioned, okay? Well, let's just have a quick look, because your concern was whether you've still got a chance, whether you should give up, whether you should stay in a relationship, and that sort of thing, okay? And you did mention it was a distance relationship, and distance relationships are always difficult and fraught with danger and damage of all sorts, okay? So you've got to be very careful when dealing in a distance relationship. But let's see what kind of thoughts, feelings, messages and energies and all the rest of that appear. As is traditional, whilst I'm talking to you now, I'm giving the cards a very good shuffle. Obviously you can't see it beneath the line of the camera there, but never mind. Okay, let's just have a quick look and see. Alright, well, it's a bit of a complex message here, but I'll show you what I've got, alright? On your side of the reading, I think this describes your state of being at the moment quite nicely, alright? The Fool card here symbolises a sense of trying to ignore things which are difficult, and I think at the moment this is a very difficult situation for you to be in, so I think that makes an awful lot of sense. And also we got a fear of failure here as well, and I think that just describes the fact that you're in a state of anxiety about this particular relationship at the moment, and I think you've got a right to. I mean, it's a very troubling situation to be in when you feel that this person you've got affection for may be being involved with somebody else. Now let's have a look on their side of the reading and see what they've got there. Alright, now this combination could be interpreted in many different ways, bearing in mind your question. Alright, you've got male and a female signs, rather similar maybe in terms of colour, in terms of energy, as is shown here by the Knight of Swords and the Princess of Cups. So these are court cards, they're both within the same level of rank, and they're both of opposite genders. So there is a sense that maybe this is an individual who is not being totally true to you at the moment, as is often the case in a distance relationship. But there's not really a strong feeling of them actually getting on. Why? Well, we've got one card upright, one card reversed. And with the way I'm feeling it, because I've got to apply not only what I see in front of me, but also what I feel. If there is a relationship there, it's not strong enough to be called a relationship. The thing which describes and defines the energy between yourself and him, at the moment, it's not looking like a loving connection. You did mention it was a distance relationship, and there is a fear of change going on here. So it is rather difficult. Can I turn around to you and say that this is going to be a perfect relationship in the future? No, I can't. What I can do is I can say that you've still got a good quality foundation there. I can tell you that you've still got the opportunities to try and create change. And when I'm looking at the future part of the reading, okay, we do have signs here related to a great quantity of success, if you so choose it. Now, to so choose it, so to speak, that implies a few things, and some of that is, of course, being described by the reading today. Prudence and stability. But that level of stability, which is coming through especially in your midterm future, okay, because that's where it's coming through in the reading, that essentially means making your stability, making your foundation occur. You've got a distance relationship. Distance relationships are not easy, and in order to try and overcome the difficulties that you've got to try and keep communication going for basically as long as you can. Alright, there is a feeling here that you've got potential, you've got direction going here for you. There is still something there, but it's a bit of a tenuous, a bit of a weak link, okay? You need to overcome that, and that only happens with, ideally, time together. But if you are connecting over a distance, it would actually be very difficult to be able to make that happen, okay? So communication, whether it's via the internet or having fun in Second Life, for instance, whatever it is you have to do, basically do it, okay? Because that's essentially the way to try and make it work. I would say that if during this time when you're actually putting in the communication, because the signs here do relate to communication as well as that sense of maintaining stability and not pushing too hard, but still trying to keep the bond going. If you don't get the quite right quality of response from him, then maybe contemplate moving on. But never make up your mind immediately after viewing a reading or having a reading on the telephone, okay? Never do that straight away. Always take a bit of time to think about what's been said and to see how things go in the future. That's generally what the reading's saying. Now, I'm quite pleased with the way in which I do my readings. Now, I'll let you into a little secret, because recently I've had a few trials and tribulations myself, and I actually called another reader. It does happen occasionally, okay, because sometimes even people like me need to talk to someone else to discuss a few issues, and this reader I spoke to was absolutely rubbish. Didn't understand the questions that were being asked, didn't have any empathy, didn't have any ability to deliver the message properly or in a way which was useful. So, you know, there's an awful lot of people out there who just don't have the skills that I have. So I'm obviously very glad with the way in which I've developed with my art, with my skill, the way I see it, especially when thinking about trying to help people and give people perspective. Of course, the perspective I'm giving you is to say, carry on working at it. Now, as is traditional, rate, comment, subscribe, favourite and share. If you need me again, you know where I am. Request your readings, doesn't matter what the question is, within certain limits. I don't deal with issues of pregnancy, childbirth, medical matters, and a few other minor issues. And of course, it does depend upon your phraseology at times as well, okay? Alright. Good fortune, God and or Goddess and or none of the above bless. Nick Dutch signing out for now, and I'll speak to you in a while.